Well, 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 well. Let's see what we have going on here.
Self. Yeah.
Giddy up, yo.
Well, my buddy Dad Bod Medic Nate set this all up. I wouldn't have a clue how to link any of the shit, but so basically every time I stream, there's a notification put out, and it's just a generic text blurb that goes out, and I get all kinds of likes, but I don't get views off of it. I don't think I've had a single viewer join in from Twitter. So, but I do have likes and shares on it sometimes, and it's because of the hashtags that I have in there that links me to other groups and so on and so forth. 72 out of 115 matches were in the top 10. Average placement 8.7. Just to let you know, I'm here. I'm in it to win it, baby. In it to win it. Only 16 wins, though. Gross. So soda is not hydrating? Oh, I was thinking about making a fake Elon Musk account, but you know the rules are if it is a parody, like they don't want you. It has to say in your bio that you are a parody account. But I was gonna call it name. I was gonna call it Parody Elon Musk. Right? What do you guys think about that parody? Anyways, then I was just gonna make some random based tweets. Do we need another player? Yeah, a good one, Nate. You know where we can find one? Oh. Parodies. No, it's an Elon Musk parody, so parody Elon Musk.
What?
No, I was thinking about making a Twitter account, parody Elon Musk, and just, you know, I'll use a modified picture of him.
Yeah.
I do have Discord. If you'd like, I can open my Discord up and you can actually chat in real time instead of texting, so you can continue working that busted tailbone of yours. I mean, Nate, all you need to do is be a team fucking player and stick with this. If you can't fucking do that, I really don't want you on my team. And you've proven time and again, no matter how nicely I asked, you can't do that.
That's not a toy, it's a fucking trash bag. Alright.
Everything's a toy if you're a cat.
Clearly.
The world is your play. The world is my playground. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see here.
When it comes to my desk setup, I like to experiment. I'm always testing new keyboards and new desks, but sometimes I discover something new. This is a 7-inch widescreen display, or what I like to call a mini monitor, and it's the latest experiment I've added to my desk. Just like any monitor, it connects to your computer and can display anything you want, except it's much, much smaller. It's also a touchscreen, which means I can use my fingers to interact with windows or programs I have open on this little monitor. Oh, and by the way, this thing was pretty cheap. But before you buy one of these for your own setup, there are a few things you need to know. Let's get into it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Hey, we'll get your body done.
So what exactly are we looking at here? Well, let's start with the hardware. Remember when I said this thing was cheap? Well, there's a reason for that. And that's because this monitor was originally designed to be used with a Raspberry Pi. And if you're unfamiliar, the Pi is basically a DIY computer kit. These kits usually don't come with any sort of display, and some Raspberry Pi projects, like this sweet Raspberry Pi-based Game Boy, require a small screen. And so monitors like this are sold as an accessory for these Raspberry Pi projects. And as I've recently discovered, many of these small monitors have regular-sized HDMI ports on them, so you can connect them to any device you want, which is exactly what I've done here. I've connected this mini monitor to my desktop computer, and it's running at a resolution of 1280 by 400, which may sound low, but remember, this thing is 7 inches wide, and in my experience, the display looks sharp and colorful. Now that we've got the basics, how exactly does one use a monitor this small? Well, as I said before, this is very much an experiment in process, but I'll show you what I've discovered so far. First, the mini monitor is great for monitoring stuff, like monitoring the performance of your computer, or watching your internet speed and managing downloads. Basically, a tiny display like this is great for keeping an eye on things that matter, but aren't as important as what's going on your main monitor. Another excellent use case for the mini monitor is to use the touchscreen to create shortcuts, making this device, you guessed it, a DIY macro pad. Here you can see I'm using Photoshop, and down below on the mini monitor I have a tool which generates colors and gradients for me. Normally I don't keep tools like this up on my main screen, as they take up a ton of space and cause clutter. But on the mini monitor, this gradient and color tool is out of the way, and it becomes a tool that I actually want to interact with. Finally, I want to show you my personal favorite use case for this mini monitor, and that is something I like to call digital rituals. See, everyone stays organized in their own way. Some people keep a journal and others write to-do lists. However, I struggle with organization. I like using to-do list apps on my phone, but when I pick up the phone to check the list, I'm often distracted by something else more interesting on my phone. This is where the mini monitor comes in. Every day when I begin working at my desk, I'll open my to-do list. And right now, my preferred software is called Taskboard. If you've ever used Google Tasks, it's essentially that, but with a much better interface. After reviewing my tasks for the day on my big screen, I'll move the to-do list down to the mini monitor, where it stays for most of the day. That way my list is always in front of me, but it's not taking up any space on my primary display. Some days I don't know people.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud. If you want to reach the ring, the all-new CRV and CRV Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Some days I perform this ritual with my calendar. I'll take a look at the week or the month on my main display, and then zoom in to a single day and slide the calendar down to my mini monitor. That way I have the day's events visible at all times. Now, is a mini monitor required to use Taskboard or Google Calendar? No. But as someone who struggles to stay organized, I believe the mini monitor is an excellent tool for helping me establish that daily ritual of productivity. And while these use cases have fit nicely into my workflow, there are of course an endless amount of ways you could use a mini monitor on your desk setup. You could use this display as your dedicated media controller, or you could use the monitor to keep an eye on Discord or other chat platforms. In the end, it's all about identifying use cases that benefit from the monitor being so close to your keyboard, keeping the information right at your fingertips. So now you know what this device is and how I use it at my desk, but what about you? Is this device right for your setup? Honestly, I'm not sure.
I think this thing looks
Of all the
awesome.
devices I've tested and desk setup experiments I've performed on this channel, the mini monitor is the first experiment where I expect to see a divided reaction in the comments below this video. Either you will see how a small touchscreen like this could be useful on your desk, or this device will seem completely pointless. And that's okay. Everyone has their own workflow, and there's no one desk setup that works for everyone. But if you are interested in picking up a monitor like this, let me give you a little bit of advice. As you may have noticed, this device is a bit bare bones, and you would be right. This mini monitor has exposed electronics on the back of the device. And that is true of most of these small monitors designed for the Raspberry Pi. Remember, these are DIY products and not a consumer monitor from LG or Samsung. And the exposed electronics mean that any liquid spills or big drops could destroy this thing. Fun fact, I chose this specific model because it was supposed to come with a case and a kickstand, which would have been perfect for this project. But as you can see, the case did not arrive. And so I had to come up with my own solution. I ended up using this small plastic stand, which was originally designed for the Wii U gamepad, which means that this small plastic stand here has outlived the usefulness of Nintendo's last console. It's a DIY solution for a DIY product, I suppose, but it was frustrating. So I'll put the link in the description to this exact monitor if you're interested, but there's nothing special about this specific monitor. I highly recommend you shop around and find a mini monitor that meets your specific needs. The only other downside I feel like I need to address is the giant cable in the room. Finding an elegant way to run an HDMI cable across the middle of your desk isn't easy. This cable tube is the best I could come up with, but I'm sure I could find a cleaner way to do it in the future. If you can look past the rough edges and the chunky cables, a mini monitor like this may be a great addition to your setup. Just be prepared to experiment and to learn as you go. And be careful not to spill any coffee nearby. Thank you all so much for watching, and welcome back to Work from Hype. If you like the idea of the mini monitor but want something with less wires and setup, you should check out this video where I take an old iPad and create a digital sticky note board for my desk. My name is Nick Mo. I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Took a while to get up here.
Talking to baby brother over here.
We started out around 1959.
He's just like, yeah, you don't need to hear the fucking game.
Then we
need
took
to
a
hear
hard left
us.
in East Africa. A right at Baja.
I need to hear footsteps and subtle things.
A 180 in the empty quarter.
Frankie's brother?
And that 65-degree incline
Well.
to Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just...
Alright, so that was a pretty cool device. I kind of wanted to look at that. I will definitely be looking at some options on that. All right. So I was just looking online. That monitor, actually, there are several similar monitors. One's only 109. I mean, but they go down from there. It's like a lot of them are 40, 60. I didn't realize there were so many touchscreen ones and stuff that are pretty cheap. I have several things these could be good for. Latency. Mm-hmm. What's that? Loud. Whatever it was. Well, I like these widescreens. The dude was showing about this 7-inch one he found, but I'm looking online for several others that are different widths. Hmm. Good play. Oh well. I'm just not feeling this. I need to. Oh, the fact that Psycho would rather, or is one going to criticize me on his stream for not keeping up or not staying with the squad, and he is 9 times out of 10 the one that runs off and wanting to get thirsty or whatever and getting killed, especially lately. He used to not be so bad about it, but the one that always runs off from the team, one's always on the go when nobody else is ready, trying to drag everybody along, and then just because I don't see that he's moved on, or that he's not right there with me, I'm the one that's wrong. I'm the one that's not keeping up with the team. Most of the time, I mean, I'm with everybody else. He's usually the one that's off by himself. Usually the one that gets killed because he ran off to chasing the gun sounds and trying to pick up a kill. You try to be a friend. I put in all kinds of time to help him with the stream and to try to help him out. And all I get is freaking lip about, he would rather be a man down on the squad than for me to come in there and play, because whatever's up his butt. I don't know what it is lately, but that's kind of crap person he is. It's the way he wants to treat people. I mean, wonders why he's alone. I'm tired of it. I'm sitting on here trying to moderate for him, trying to help out. Then he's gonna sit there and attack me on his on the stream about. Yeah. No, I'm done. No more moderating. Just done. $110,000 viewer points on him. Yeah. I'm tired of being treated like crap. I'm not. No. I'm not going to keep sticking around for this. As much as I don't want to let it get me down, it still does bother me. I don't get how people can be that way. I also don't get how. Well, I don't get why people like him, people who treat other people badly, are the majority of this world. Yeah, I've heard over and over again about how you're either you're either crapping on someone or getting crapped on, so you should be the first to be the aggressor and crap on other people. I just can't bring myself to be like that. But I can't. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm not gonna sit around just crapped on like this. I'm not gonna keep trying to give him time and be understanding to his emotional problems and all the crap that he goes through or whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna keep just being the nice guy and allowing it to happen. I'm leaving, and I left the stream up and said this, even though there's not really even anybody watching right now, because if there's any question as to why or what, it's there. Just I don't just get tired of being crapped on. And not just me, I mean, of people getting crapped on for not being perfect, for not being someone else's version of perfect. I mean, because, and I mean, so, I mean, like, so many people trash talk, abuse, stab people in the back because someone else isn't their idea of perfect. That is such a common thing in this world. And it's wrong. I don't care if it's in a professional setting, in personal life, in churches, in school, wherever. People love to just belittle someone or people all the time over any stupid little thing, and it's just sad. I mean. I think it just shows how pitiful those people, those aggressors are, how sad they are in their own lives. But it still doesn't change the fact that how they belittle other people and attack other people. And it, like I said, even though it's, I don't know, even though I guess I get this, and I mean, it's like, and I try not to let it bother me. It still does sometimes, and especially when it's someone who, I guess, tried to do so much for. Yeah, and it's like, seems like, and usually the people who crap on you the most are the ones that you do try to put yourself out there to and help out, and they're the ones that will come back and bite you in the rear and attack you. But I mean, it just bothers me how much Psycho wants to. Yeah, I'm always the bad guy. I'm always the one getting picked on, harassed. It's always the one that's screwing up. Always the wrong one. And I never attack back. Never throw back my argument. Should, but I don't, because I try to be respectful on his stream.